Hello, my name is Valerie. Thank you for joining me today. Today I wanted to talk to you about what we're doing in the 5 in a Row class at my local homeschool co-op. This past week we read the story How to Make an Apple Pie and See the World by Marjorie Priceman. It's a wonderful story about a girl who wants to make an apple pie, and it's really simple. You just gather up the ingredients at the store, you go home, you bake them, and voila, you have this lovely apple pie that you can enjoy with your friends. But there's a plot twist. What happens when the store is closed? What do you do then if you want to make an apple pie? Well, obviously you have to travel the world to get the ingredients for your pie, and that is exactly what the heroine of our story does. She gathers up all the things she'll need to make a delicious apple pie, and you get to go along for the trip. It's a wonderful story. I've always enjoyed reading it to my kids ever since they were little. They've all heard this book several times, but it was nice to share it with our friends at co-op and to get to do a few projects along with it. Now, I didn't find any lap book printables or anything really for this particular story, so I had to kind of improvise. What we ended up doing was, first of all, we read the story, of course, and then I have this world map, and I won't unfold it and show it to you, and I found all the locations that the girl travels to in the story to get the ingredients. She goes to Sri Lanka, she goes to England and France and Italy. I found all the locations on the map, and I put a little star by them, and after the story, I unfolded the map so that everybody could gather around and see, and we talked about where did she go first and second and third, what did she find at each location, what did she use those ingredients to make. So when she got the cow, she was able to make butter, and so when she got the sugar cane from Jamaica, she had to boil it down for the sugar for the pie. And why do we need sugar in a pie? And we just talked about all of those types of things. So that took some time, a few minutes. Then we made this little, it looks like a basket. It's supposed to be an apple. This is the one I made. It's been transported a few times, so I apologize that it's a little bent. But it's a toilet paper tube, which I didn't have time, when I got the idea to do this, I didn't have time to collect toilet paper tubes that you know, commercially sold toilet paper tubes. So I had to order craft tubes from Amazon, which I think I got 24 craft tubes for $8. They're from Oriental Trading. I got more than enough. I only needed 10 of them. So I thought, great, this will save you the time and hassle. So they came in 2 days because I'm an Amazon Prime user. And I was able to print out, I got this craft from Teachers Pay Teachers, and you print out the core piece. This is the apple. These are the seeds. So this piece wraps around the toilet paper tube. I colored them brown. The students could do this, but I wanted to save time. So I colored them brown, and then you glue them on. I had them glue on. We started with that step. Everything was pre-cut, and we started with the gluing. Now, I will say right from the beginning, these tubes that you buy from Amazon or from Oriental Trading are larger than the average toilet paper tubes. You can see the brown sticking up over each end. That was a disappointment that it didn't fit perfectly. I've used toilet paper tubes for other crafts, and most of the printables or things that you're going to glue on are designed for that specific size, and it works fine. So I was really disappointed. I don't know why these are longer, but there you go. So I had to just make do with it. At that point, I didn't have time to do anything else. So I printed these strips off in the craft on red construction paper. Then I didn't have brown construction paper or brown paper, so I just printed the stem part out and colored them brown. And then you print out the leaf on green paper. So everything you see here was pre-cut. I had all of the pieces cut already, these strips cut out, and the stems, and then obviously the leaves, and these were all cut. So they did the gluing. I tried it with 2 different types of glue. I tried it with Elmer's glue, and then I tried it with the stick glue. And the stick glue does not hold for this craft very well. It needs the Elmer's glue that you squeeze out of the bottle, so that it will hold and hold quickly, because you don't want to wait, have them sitting there. They have all these pieces to glue on. So they glue the core piece on. Then they glue each of the red pieces, which represent the peel. Now again, because this tube is a little longer than the average toilet paper tube, these fit closer. They don't bow out as much. If they were shorter, these pieces would come out more and you would get more of a rounded apple shape. So I'm a little disappointed, okay, that it didn't work out quite the way I had in mind. You glue on the peel, and you can do the peel in yellow or green, any color. I just did ours all in red, and I didn't give choices because I didn't want there to not be enough of one color that everybody wanted. So they just had one choice of color. Then we glued on the stem, and then we glued the leaf onto the stem. So, it's not something that really it's not functional. It looks like a little basket. It's supposed to look more like an apple. So anyway, but they got to take something home to remind them of what the story was about today, to tell their family about. So that's a positive, I guess. Then the best part of the class, everyone will tell you in the class, were these little apple pies that I got. We didn't have, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I don't have the facilities to, have a sink or an oven to bake otherwise, or the time. But that would have been really fun to be able to make or bake an apple pie together, but we didn't have time for that. And I thought about getting an apple pie and just slicing it and everybody having a slice. But when I saw these at my local Walmart store for 50 cents, I was totally hooked. They're adorable. They are tiny little, they're in a pie tin. I haven't opened this one, but it's in a pie tin, a little tiny pie tin. I didn't have to have plates. I just had napkins and forks available, and they all got to eat their own miniature apple pie. It was wonderful. It tasted good. It's pretty good for 50 cents. It was fresh. Wasn't, dried out or anything. So, I give a recommendation there. Another project you could do for this story would be to take some heavy whipping cream in a mason jar and shake it a long time until it becomes butter. And you could do some homemade butter and see how churning would work. I kind of tossed that idea around. I even tested it. I bought a jar at Hobby Lobby and got some heavy whipping cream. I watched a video online on how to do it, and they recommended to let it sit out for like 15 minutes or so before you started doing the shaking. So I did that, and when it was up to room temperature, it did turn into butter very quickly, but it took a lot of shaking. My jar leaked a little bit because I didn't want to buy the real big mason jars, so I bought these smaller jars that didn't have the seal on them. So I didn't want it to be too expensive to get a jar for every student. I thought about having one big jar and having everyone take turns, but rather than worry about the mess of that, I just tossed that idea. But for you at home, it'd be great. It'd be great fun. And it really doesn't take too long if you have the heavy whipping cream up to room temperature and you shake it as vigorously as you can. It only takes a couple of minutes to form, especially if you don't have a whole lot of whipping cream in there. It doesn't take long for it to turn into butter. Then you can drain off the buttermilk. And anyway, it might be something you'd want to try. But we had a good time with the things that we did do. If you're new to my channel, thank you for dropping by. I hope you will come back again. Subscribe if you haven't. Please give me a like or a comment, a question. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.